Hello there, folks. Welcome to Sundsvall. It's actually a bit sunny today, and despite what you might think from various pictures I've shown, it is actually a little spring feeling, and the snow is slowly melting away. I'm not here this time to show part 2 of my 45's from the 70s that I started, I think, about a month ago. I'm going to do that in the next video, I promised, cross my heart. But this time I thought I would show another bunch of 45's. The past 2 weeks I managed to find a whole lot of 45's from the record store here, the new Stallet, that has been having a sellout of various 45's. So I managed to find around 22, and I just threw in 3 others that I haven't shown either since the last time I have a real vinyl CD update. So 25 45's I'm going to show, and I do it in a special 45 edition of the vinyl CD update, so the original one won't be all too long. So let's start with the 3 that I found a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, at least after the last real vinyl CD update. And starting with something really great. This is from 1967. Spencer Davis Group, I'm a Man. Really great. Even though me as a Chicago fan, of course, love that one even more. I think this is a really groovy one, especially with Steve Winwood's organ. And for I understand, this was the last single that the brother Winwood was actually in when it comes to Spencer Davis. B-side, we have some Nancy Sinatra and the James Bond theme, You Only Live Twice. And it is a German release, Original Aufnahme aus der United Artists Film Man lebt nur zweimal. But the other side has a translation in English also. Did I mention that Jackson was at the B-side? No? Good. Not one of my favorite songs, but it is there. We have also a Jerry Mulligan quartet. Various musicians. We have The Nearest of You, T42, I May Be Wrong, and I'm Beginning to See the Light. More Jerry Mulligan, as we now walk into the 45 that I found at the new Stallet last week, 2 Saturdays ago. This is from a movie. He must have made a whole lot of movies during the soundtrack during the 50s. I showed the one that he did for the movie I Want to Live. This is a movie called, a French movie, I assume, Le Tricheur, or Storstadsungdom in Swedish, urban youth. This is a couple of really classic Jerry Mulligan: Bernie's Tune, Frenzy, Night at the Turntables, and Lullaby of the Leaves. This is a Swedish one that is for my little taste of stuff that are so horribly bad that it makes you wonder whatever did they think. This is by a punk group called Kramp, and a song called just YF, also known as the Laughing Song. It is a song where they have taken kind of a disco beat in a loop. This is from 1982, so this is that kind of style. It's kind of synth disco beat, which only that is interesting, since this is a punk group band, a punk group. But they're taking a disco beat on the loop, and they have a guy just sitting there and laughing his ass off. That is the song that they have put on side A, the side that is the side that is supposed to sell this single and the band. No melody, just a loop of disco and a guy sitting and laughing. A little weird, but fun to have. In 1990, they were trying to do a kind of lambada version. Lambada, of course, was the huge success in 1989, and that normally have some spin-offs. One of them was called Soca Dance by Charles D. Lewis. The dance never got any hype. I don't even know. I don't think I can remember seeing that kind of dance. In my opinion, this is way better than lambada. So I took this actually. Peter Goodwin, I have an album with. He sings kind of new wave-ish synth pop style, and this is a song called "Cruel Heart" from 1982. These costed 50 cents, for those who wondered. We have a song that I remember from my teen days, hearing a radio, recording it from the radio, and then I haven't seen or heard anything from that band or heard this song for that matter either. Talking about a band called Love and Money and a song called Hallelujah Man. I am the Hallelujah Man. Funky and nice 1989 pop style. Elton John, the one. This is a good song from an album with the same title, and a good song. The problem with the album is that he did this song in 11 other versions also. It sounds 11 songs, 12 songs, almost sounding like the one with the same dramatic tone. It was a little too much. The album is definitely one of Elton John's weakest, in my opinion. But the song itself is a good single, no doubt about it. Chris de Burgh, not the Lady in Red, but The Getaway. This is produced by Rupert Hine, and that is never wrong. Speaking of singles that have amazing producers, this is a band called Keats, and a song called Turn Your Heart Around. And the reason for buying this is that it's produced by Alan Parsons, from Alan Parsons' Project fame. And that is never wrong. It's one of my favorites. And it sounds really, really good. I listened to quick peeks of some of them, but this is a really, really great one actually. Suzanne Vega, Tom's Diner, of course then sung in a cappella. The B-side is Left of the Center. It is from the Pretty in Pink soundtrack, and that is also a great, great one. Brian Ferry, This Is Tomorrow. And it is from 1977. A little rockier than Brian Ferry. Chris Rea from On the Beach album, It's All Alone. It's All Gone, sorry, It's All Gone. And an instrumental song called Bless Them All at the B-side. Now we're coming to this, a single from a really great album by Moody Blues. Normally when it comes to singles from the 80s, I prefer if they had a picture sleeve, but I can make exception for Moody Blues. Talking out the turn. from the Long Distance Voyager album. When I was young, I said before that I discovered jazz when a friend of mine and me were back in 1986 recording TV themes, and then got space over on the tape, and I got some jazz to fill out with, and then my jazz interest started. But one of the TV themes that we were recorded on that tape were the theme from Jewel in the Crown. So it's really nice to have that one in a 45 also, because it is a really nice theme. I don't recall. I remember seeing trailers for this TV series when I was younger, but I never seen the series itself, actually. Now, coming to singles that I found this Saturday that was. So here we have, and then it is mostly jazz, but we end with them and take the other stuff first. I have 3 singles that isn't jazz. This is actually a Marvin Gaye. Need Your Loving, I Want You Back. These are from 1966. And Take This Heart of Mine. 50 Cent. And 50 Cent also for Wings, High, 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 and See Moon. Nice quality on this 1942 single. Pacific Gas Electric and Are You Ready? A song that had a little reunion back in 1985 when it was in a new version by the Staple Singers. That was okay, but nothing more. A little Pointer Sisters warning there. But this is a really great original, definitely. Now it's all jazz from now and out. We have a trombone player that I actually never heard of. Jimmy Cleveland and his orchestra. That you also say that the main part of these are bebop, cool jazz stuff from the 50s. Jimmy Cleveland and octet with more familiar names: Art Farmer, Benny Golson, you see here, Wayne Kelly. This is very, very interesting. Nice quality on this. And Emerky, Sooth Sims, September in the Rain, Our Pad. I'm just going to say also that the songs of this Jimmy Cleveland is these: Goodbye Everett Field, and All This and Heaven Too. But this is September Rain and Our Pad. On this Zoot Sims with these musicians. Cecil Payne and a lot of interesting names: Kenny Dorham, Duke Jordan, Tom Potter. These songs. Saucer Eyes and Man of Moods. We have a band called the Modern Jazz Sextet, and the reason for this name is, of course, that kind of a tribute to the 2 members, John Lewis and Percy Heath, that were members of the more famous the Modern Jazz Quartet. But this is Dizzy Gillespie, Sonny Stitt, also here. And these songs: Mean to Me, Old Folks, and How Deep Is the Ocean. 1956 is the release date of this one, so I assume that the recording are from a similar date. We have a return from a guy that we saw before. This is Lucky Thompson, featuring Oscar Pettiford. But we have on trombone this guy again, Jimmy Cleveland. It's interesting how a guy that I have never heard of before, all of a sudden I have, he's everywhere. So on this single we have these songs. Boo Be My Boy, OP meets LT, which is of course Oscar Peterson meets Lucky Thompson. An Old Reliable and Translation. I'm amazed that these are actually in such a really great shape. We have, stepping away from the bebop now, one that was very interesting. This is Woody Herman and his orchestra and Early Autumn. This is one of my absolute favorite jazz songs ever, if not the best jazz song ever. It is a classic ballad that really makes me melt. And I have this one on 78, but it's also fun to have it on 45, especially when the B-side is another amazing Woody Herman classic, Four Brothers. And then of course Stan Getz is part of the group also. And finally we have the exciting Louis Bellson. Louis Bellson, drummer that I've seen on many recordings, but was never a big musician in his own right with his own band. But this is actually his own big band, and I never knew that he had one. This is for Europeans only, following this, Loris and Caxton Hall Swing. Never heard of any of these songs. This is going to be very interesting. So this was these 25 singles. Well, 21 of them were being found from the past 2 weeks ago. So a little 45 rain has been over me lately. So I thought it was a good idea to do a special one CD update for these. So until next time, that I will, as I said, do my part 2 on my showing of my collection of 70s from 45 from the 70s. Take care, everybody, and see ya.